Hi everyone, and in this video we're going to do a foam roller class. What you're going to need is a foam roller. If you don't have one, you can use a long rolled up bath towel. So let's get started, and we're going to place our roller in the middle of our mat. You're going to place yourself down on the very front of the roller, feet nice and grounded. Now as you roll down, you can place your hands on the mat, or for more of a challenge, stretch those arms and roll down that way. Make sure your roller feels straight, and you want to feel your tail is supported and your head is supported too. Relax your elbows, forearms and hands down on the ground, and just organizing the feet to a parallel position. The closer your feet are together, the more unstable you might be. So let's take a nice breath in through the nostrils, breathing into the ribs, and breathe out. Take a nice inhale breath and exhale. From here, float the arms up. And we're going to open the arms gently to the side, soften the elbows, breathing in. Getting a nice stretch through the chest, breathing out. Inhale, opening the arms. And bringing the arms up. Breathing in. Now, if you're feeling a little bit wobbly, you can also open your feet a little bit wider. Breathing in, one more. And breathing out. We're going to keep our arms there. And now just open your right arm and back. And then the left. So this requires a little bit more balance. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Bring your hands to face forward, relax the shoulders and the back as the right arm moves back and the left arm reaches down. Keep the arms straight and make sure we're not lifting those ribs. And then we're just going to simply switch the arms. And switch. And switch. Again, keeping as still as we can on that foam roller. One more. And then we're going to hold with one arm up, one arm down. And we're going to circle the arms out to the side, keep them moving all the way, like helicopter propellers. So we circle the arms out to the T shape and all the way with one arm down, one arm up. And open, circle around, and open to the T. Circle around. And then again, pick both arms up, hands facing forward. Bend your elbows and take your elbows downwards to the floor. We call it a W position. Try not to force too much into the shoulders. Just go to where it feels comfortable. And then rotate your forearms back. Watch you're not breaking those wrists. And then reach your arms behind you. So my arms go into a V position. And then lift your arms straight back over your shoulders. Bend your elbows into the W. Get that lovely stretch through the chest. Rotate your forearms. Reach them back, soften your spine. And then lift those arms back up. Bend the elbows. Rotate the forearms. Reaching back. Now we're going to keep our arms reaching back, but pick them up slightly more to frame your face and relax the shoulders. You might need to wiggle your feet out a little bit wider for support. Ground the feet. The arms are going to lower. You're going to look at your knees, follow your eyes, and curl up. And then keep looking forward as you roll down, bone by bone, and then rest your head down. Arms start like you're pushing your arms down into water. You're going to nod your chin and curl up. Make sure your arms are by your hips and your fingers are reaching long as you roll back down. Breathing out. Breathing in. One more time. And on the last one, you're going to stay up in your chest lift. If you can, turn your hands to face inwards and keep that curl. That's the challenge as we take our arms out a little bit and then pull back. We're going to keep in that curve as you open the arms and breathe out, return. Keep looking forward, just relax the chin a little bit as we keep that deep, deep C curve. One more time, breathing in, deepen that curve. Hold it there and then roll all the way down. Then from there, we're going to lift those arms, bend your elbows and pop them back down on the floor. Let's walk our feet a little closer now to the roller, eyes to the sky, and we're going to lift one leg to tabletop and then place it back down. Change legs, so we're doing a nice slow march. Up and down. Just keeping it nice and slow with as less wobble as possible. Now, if this is going okay, you're going to lift your hands and forearms off the mat. So we've still got our elbows down, but it's narrowing our base of support, making things a little bit more wobbly, and you might find one side better than the other. I know I do. Now, if this is going well, let's see if we can hover our elbows off the mat. And down. Take your time. And make sure if you get a wobble on, you can always pop your elbows back on the mat. It's kind of nice to get into a little rhythm. One more each side. Last one. And then lower your elbows and forearms down. I'm going to roll off the foam roller and roll immediately onto our backs. Then you're going to place the roller underneath your feet like a little bird on a perch. So your arms are long, align your spine up, knees, ankles, feet hip distance apart. We're going to curl the pelvis, keep the roller still, keep that pelvic curl as you roll up into a bridge. Watch the ribs aren't popping up, so you're going to curl your tailbone, allowing your hips and thighs and knees to reach forward. Active arms on the mat, and we roll the spine down, trying to keep our foam roller as still as we can. Now, if you think, oh my God, my hamstrings, keep your feet flat on the ground. You don't have to use the foam roller. Keep that curl of your pelvis. So really draw your pubic bone up towards your rib cage. Rolling down. Again, rolling up. Rolling down. One more. And then slowly, sometimes this works, we control the roller and stretch the legs. Flexing the feet. Breathe in. And then slowly, it's like your knees are being pulled up to the sky. Keep your pelvis stable as you roll back in. Then you're going to wrap your feet around the roller like a bird on a perch, but really wrap. Keep your hips down to start with, but you're going to flex your ankles so your heels are really dropping down to the floor. And then just point. Flex. And point. So you see my roller doesn't move very much. It's a sense of pulling my roller towards me. Towards me. If we push it away, we're going to lose it. So you want to keep him close. All right, so feel free to keep your hips on the floor, but if you can, roll back up into your pelvic curl, into your bridge. Keep that pubic bone tipping up, chin is off the chest, and try and here go flex and point. So again, tiny little movement of the roller. We keep our hips level as if our pelvis is just levitating in the ceiling. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Roll that spine down. Woo. And again, gently press the legs away. Flex those feet. Spreading the toes. Roll that roller back. All right. 1 more here if we can. We're going back to our slow marching. Feel free to keep your hips on the floor. Absolutely fine, but if you can, let's bring our feet right on top of that roller. Roll up. Keep the hips level. Now, sometimes it might be a good idea to bend the elbows and bring your hands either side of your pelvis like a vice, keeping our hips still. Now we're going to lift our right leg to tabletop and then pop it back down on the roller. Make sure you've got a good footing there, and then lift your left leg up. So we're keeping as best we can our hips level. And up. And if you feel you got it, you can just rest your arms back on the ground. Let's do once more each side. Hold it there. Can we curl up a little bit more? Now, keep your weight nestled on your feet and your shoulders. Lift your arms up behind you and roll the spine. Good. Then we're going to lift our arms above the shoulders and slowly roll again with control, if best we can, the roller away. We're going to pick up our right leg. The right arm goes out to the side on the ground. Left hand goes on your knee, and we're going to go into a twist here, taking the knee across and back and across and back and across and back. Place that leg down, open the left arm, pick up the left leg, and then just swap sides, taking the leg across and back. We do 3. 1 more. And back. Hug that knee in, and then hug both knees in. Closing the legs, holding the backs of the knees, elbows wide. Relax the chest, look between the thighs as you curl up. Start to roll over your back in a nice deep curve position. And then we roll up to sit. All right, so now we're going to hold the foam roller in our hands. If you don't like to hold the roller, you can also use a ring, a circle, or a ball. Lengthen the spine and lengthen the arms. The legs can be together, apart, or slightly turned out. Let's just do a little hip wiggle from one sit bone to another, and then make sure you're right on top of those sit bones. As we breathe out, we're going to curl the pelvis and go into our deep C curve position. Keep those eyes forward. And then we pick up our spine, rolling up. And then if you can, float your arms upwards. Lower the arms and roll back down as you exhale. And then inhale, we pick up the back and lengthen. Exhale, start from your pelvic curl. And then we roll back up and lengthen the spine. 2 more, rolling back. and rolling up and lengthen. Rolling down and rolling up. And then lower the arms and then lengthen the legs. Now, if you don't want to do a full roll down, you can just do half a roll down, or you can use a little pillow behind your back, or even use a band around your feet. But if we're feeling okay, we're going to roll down, tipping the pelvis, reaching those legs, and reach those arms. Inhale, lower the arms, nod the chin. Deep curve, rolling up and lengthen. Rolling down. Try and roll down bone by bone. If you're kaplunking down, maybe don't go all the way. Like I said, use props if you need. And up, 2 more. Up. So try and roll. The hardest part, I think, is the rolling up. So try and roll up as best you can with ease. Last one. And then bend the knees again. Now you're going to tip your roller slightly on a diagonal. Roll down in a little twist. Come back up and center. Twist to the other side. Curl. And roll up. Keep your legs still. We're not letting our legs waver or tipping onto one hip. So we're rolling to the back of the pelvis, but it's our spine that's doing the rotation. And up. And twist. And up. One more. And up. Then we're going to lie on our sides. We're going to place our top leg on the foam roller. And you can lie yourself down, chin is off the chest. Bottom leg is nice and long. I'm going to use my hand as a little bit of an assist. So you're going to roll the leg forward. And then roll it back. This is great if sometimes you have hip tension or SI joint tension. Just lovely movement. Rolling back. The leg is super relaxed on the foam roller. I can do this all day. One more. And then come back. Then you're going to bring the bottom leg forward and clamp your legs around the foam roller. So squeeze. Both hands now go behind your head. Chin is off the chest. Elbows down. So try and lengthen your spine here. We lift the top elbow. Try and keep your head relaxed in your hands. We're going to look to the sky and turn the chest. Breathe and lift your elbow up. And then feel your elbows reaching further. Inhaling up. And twist. And always go as far as you feel you can. So nothing is forced. Let the shoulders melt down. Now if this doesn't feel good for your shoulders, just relax the arm and you can do it that way. Always modify for your body. One more. Lifting up. Gentle twist. Lifting up. And down. Lovely. All right. So now you're just going to bring the foam roller in front of you. Oops. And stretch both legs. Now you can either have your hand on top of the roller or just resting on the ground. I have both legs straight and ankles flexed. And you can stretch your bottom arm now. You can also place a pillow if you need. My legs are slightly in front of the body, but try and really lengthen your spine. So there's a lengthening down of the tailbone. I'm going to lift my top leg up, holding it there. And now I'm going to lift my bottom leg up to join it. I'm going to hold and lower both legs down. Inhale, top leg up. Exhale, my bottom leg lifts. And lower down. Inhaling. And then reach that bottom leg up, squeezing the tops of the legs, and then lower down. Now, if you feel your back is arching, lengthen the tailbone. Maybe bring your legs a little bit more forward. Let's do 2 more. Up, up, hold, down, up, up, hold, down. Now we're going to lift, lift, hold the last one. Now if you can, lift your top leg up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep reaching that bottom leg. 5, 4, nice and controlled. 3, 2, and 1. Closing the legs and then floating the legs down. Good. All right, so before we do side 2, you're going to come up onto your hands and knees. Or should I say elbows and knees? So you're going to bring your foam roller across the mat and come down on your elbows. We close our legs, lengthen the spine. Now the leg you just had on top, you're going to stretch it behind you. The ankle is flexed, the leg is parallel. And we're going to rotate the leg slightly inwards and then lift the leg up and down. Just a nice, easy leg lift. What we're looking for here is to keep that back nice and long with a sense of reach out through the heel. Head is a little bit higher than our heart. And that supporting hip side, we're not pushing our hip over. So lots of things to think about. 2 more. Now on the last one, you're going to hold your leg up and then you're going to cross it behind the other one. Lift it back up and lower it straight down. We lift, cross, up and down. Lift, cross, up and down. Lift, cross, up and down. 1 more. Then you're going to keep the leg up, hold it there and do a tiny little pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then place the leg down and gently just have a little stretch. Roll up. Let's go on to side 2. Okay, so lying on our side, we're going to place the top leg on top of the roller first and lying down, just nestling your head in your arm. Keeping the hips stacked to start with, chin is off our chest, and you can place the hand in front of you. As we roll the top leg forward, just go as far as you can, really opening up through the hip, and then rolling back. Rolling forward, top leg nice and relaxed, opening out the hip, rolling back. Rolling forward and back and forward and back. Then bringing the below leg in front, clamping both legs around the foam roller. Both hands go behind the back of your head and you bring your elbows forward, but keep your head lifted, keep your chin up. All right, so you're going to lift your top elbow, keep your head relaxed and go into a twist. Lifting up, reaching your elbow forward. So these movements are so good for us especially if you sit at a desk a lot or drive or watch telly, especially these days, it's Christmas. So it's lovely to open the chest, reaching that elbow, lifting up and through. Great. Okay, then from here we're going to take the foam roller and just place it in front. Stretch both legs. I'm going to lengthen my bottom arm as well. Legs slightly in front of us, spine is long, lengthen that tailbone. As we lift the top leg, hold it there, and then lift your bottom leg. And then lower together. Inhaling up. Exhale, bottom leg lifts. We hold and float down. Inhale, top leg. Exhale, lift your bottom leg, hold it there, and then lower both legs down. Inhale, top leg. Exhale, lift the second leg up, we hold, and then lower the legs down. Inhaling up. Now we're going to hold the bottom leg, staying there, find that lift, and then top leg lifts up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close those legs, reach them long, and then lower the legs all the way down. Let's come back onto our elbows and knees. So taking the foam roller again across the front of your mat, dropping down onto your elbows. We close the legs, and the leg you've just had on top, you stretch behind you. Flex the ankles, slightly rotate the leg in, spine is long as we lift the leg up and down. Making sure our supporting hip side is right underneath us, that we're not just sitting sideways into it. Lifting up and down. Keeping that back lovely and long. Head is balanced. Now we're going to hold up, and now we're going to cross the leg over. Lift it up and lower it straight down. We lift and cross and up and lower. Again and lift and cross over, up and down. Again and lift and cross and up and down and lift. Cross, up, down. One more. Then on the last one, you're going to hold the leg up, stay there, and do a little pulsing up. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend those legs and just sit back. And then we roll up. Now you're going to place the foam roller just below your knees on top of your shins. Sometimes this might not work depending on your floor or the type of foam roller you have, but at least we can do the first little bit. So you're going to float your feet off the floor. Exhale, you're going to curl and round your back into a cat stretch. So you're pulling your pubic bone up, up, up. Head relaxes, tail curls, and then lengthen your spine. Driving those shoulders down. As we exhale, we're going to roll into our cat stretch. Really try and tip your pubic bone up, 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 and then lengthen. Again, exhaling round. Now, if you can, keep in that curve. And on your exhale, deepen your abdominals and draw your knees to your hands. Keep your curve as you roll a little bit away. Arms staying straight. It's like you're scooping your tummy muscles up and in to to pull that pubic bone up and pull those knees towards you. 2 more. Last one. And then lengthen. Pop your toes down. And then from there, we're going to keep the roller across the mat, but we're going to turn to face the other way. You're going to place the foam roller on your shoulder blades, stretch the legs, and place your hands, if you can, behind your head. So we're nestling our head in our hands like a sack of potatoes, elbows tipped forward, shoulders relaxed. So we're going to lift the chest. Now make sure the pelvis doesn't tip forward, so I'm gently drawing in my core to hold the pelvis still as you lift up, and just go to where you feel okay. Ease on in. As you breathe out, relax your jaw, chest coming up, looking forward. Breathing in, so it's a feeling of going up and over that foam roller, keeping our pelvis nice and stable. Just finding that stretch of the front of the body. Exhale, we curl up. Inhale. Now you can add on now if you want to by adding a little leg raise as you curl up. We lift one leg up, float it down, extend the spine. Other leg up and float back down. If you're shaking, that's a good thing. One more. And then keep the legs down, but curl the chest back up. Hold it there, looking forward, reaching those arms forward. Deepen your curve as you start to roll all the way up to a lovely sitting position. And then lower your arms down, staying nice and tall through your back. Again, we're going to roll to the other side to face our foam roller. From here, you're going to make your way down to the mat again. And then you're going to walk your feet towards you, bridge your hips up, and if you can, roll the roller underneath your hips. Now, if you don't like this, you can use pillows instead of the roller. Again, make sure your hips aren't tipping forward. So there's a lovely sense of connecting into your core. Ribs and hips feel nice and connected. And pop your hands on the foam roller. Lift your legs up and stretch your legs straight up to the sky. Really open up the backs of the knees as best we can. We're going to flex those ankles and point. Flex, point, flex, point. Now keep your ankle flexion. Great position to see our toes. Really spread your toes wide. And then keep your right foot where it is, as if you're balancing a book right on top of it. And then allow your left leg just to drift down to the floor where you can. But don't forget about that right leg. That's really working. And then when you've gone as far as you can, you bring the left leg back up. Swap sides. Imagine now you've got that book on your left foot as you reach the right leg down. And back up. And change. Straight line down. And up. Straight line down. And up. And then from there, you're going to bend your right knee into your chest and lower the left leg down to the mat. You can soften your knee and bring your heel on the ground and go into a lovely hip stretch. And then place your left hand on the foam roller. Take your right knee out and up to the right shoulder. Coming back. Bring the left leg in. Stretch the right leg up to the sky. Lower it down. There's a point where the knee can soften a little bit. Heel goes to the mat. Go into that stretch. Then take your right hand on the roller. Left knee goes out and up to the shoulder. And back. Bend the knees, hug in. And then stretch both legs again up to the sky. If your roller's moved a little bit, just always adjust it. Now the legs stay straight to start with. You're going to turn your legs out, really wrap the back of your thighs so you're in this little Pilates V position with your legs and feet. You're going to open the legs out to the side, flex your ankles and pull the legs back in. Point open and flex. There's a little softness to the knees, just a micro bend of the knees. And keep your hips level. That's a cool thing about working with the foam roller, is that feedback to know that we're not tipping onto one hip more than the other. Now you're going to close your legs, keep your heels together, squeeze the legs tightly, and we're going to bend our knees into a frog. But avoid the temptation just to collapse your legs in. So even though we're turning out, it's like you're holding a balloon between your knees. And then you're going to push your legs out to where you can. Again, try not to tip your hips forward. And then slowly pull in. So there's a feeling of resistance, pushing the feet away and pulling back in. Pressing the legs away, pulling back in. Press and pull. And pull. And pull. And pull. Two more. Last one. Bring the legs to parallel. Bend your knees really close to you. Hands on the foam roller. And roll that foam roller from underneath you. Sometimes we lose our leggings. Roll it away. And give yourself a lovely little rocking side to side. Great job. Okay, we're going to bend the legs and roll up. And then we're going to swing our legs around again to face our foam roller. This time, we're going to have our hands on the top of the foam roller. And from here, you're going to stretch your right leg away. And then lift your leg up. Watch we're not collapsing in those shoulders. And can you take your opposite arm either to the side or in front of you and hold the balance. With one arm on the roller makes it more challenging for shoulder stability. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Change sides. Stretch your left leg, right arm either to the side or in front of you. And lift and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower everything down. You're going to lie on top of the foam roller. Drop down onto your elbows. Lift out of your elbows and pull your tummy muscles in. And start to roll on top of your thighs. And then you can turn your legs out and in. And then bend your knees and coming up. Grab hold of your foam roller and we're going to come onto a high kneeling position. Legs are hip distance apart. I press my hands into the foam roller. Lengthen your tailbone down. So the back is long, my sit bones are coming together, and now you're going to lean back in one long line to feel that stretch of the thigh and knee, and then we come back up. So the back stays long, the tailbone stays lengthening as we hinge back just from the knee joint, and then we bring ourselves all the way back. Hinging back, take a breath. and up. One more, hinging back and up. Good. Placing the foam roller down, we're going to lie prone. Now, if you don't want to use your foam roller, you can have your arms in our swan position. So making your way down to lie on your fronts, stretch the legs long behind you and turn them out. The hands are going to be, if you're using the roller, nice and wide. I'm actually on my wrists. Shoulders are down, and keep your head in line with the spine. You're going to look at your foam roller and then follow your eyes along your floor. Your elbows will slightly bend and you pick up your spine as you look directly forward. Lifting that chest up, arms pressing down so we're not hanging into our shoulders, we're pushing away. And then you lower down. It's like you're stretching your tummy muscles. Inhale, reach those legs, lift the head up. Look along your mat, up the wall, breathe in, breathe out, roll down. Reaching those legs long, breathing in, floating up, breathing out, roll down. Only go as far as you can. And then bring your legs together, press yourself up and back. I'm going to open my knees, toes together. We can bring our roller, hands on top, and sink the chest. So either hands on the mat or on the roller. Bring the hands to the right corner of the mat or the roller. And then to the left. And up then. We're going to come to sit in a mermaid position. You can always sit yourself up on a pillow or a block. And if you're unable to sit in the mermaid, you can bring your legs in front of you and do the side bend that way. Either legs together or in a frog position. Okay, so I'm going to place one hand on the foam roller, the other arm outstretched. And there's that lift and lengthen of the body. Arm goes up and we gently roll the roller away, not too far. We want to keep that support of the below shoulder, lifting up and floating down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, up and over. One more. Feeling of lifting up and over, reaching up and down. Now I'm going to bring my roller slightly forward on a diagonal and place both hands on my roller. So I'm going to stretch my tummy over the top of my front thigh. Head, chin is slightly dropped, but the crown of the head reaches forward. And then lift your chest back up. I'm going to do this 2 more times, reaching forward. And up, reaching forward and up. Picking up the foam roller, swapping sides and placing your roller on the other side. Okay, so here we go. Taking one arm out to the side, breathing in, stretching up and over. Inhaling up, exhaling down, lifting up. Stretch. Watch that below shoulder doesn't overstretch. Just take your time with it. Breathing in. And then we're going to place the foam roller a little bit forward. Hands wide and roll forward. Stretching that tummy, front body, back body, and lifting up. Rolling forward. And lift. One more. And up. And then we're just going to come to a nice, comfortable sitting position. So that's either on the ground, on a yoga mat, a block, cushion, or even sitting in a chair. Going to just take our fingertips out on the ground alongside us. And just lengthen that spine. Relax your shoulders. Nice breath in. So we've moved our backs, we've stretched out a little bit. Taking a breath in. And a lovely breath out. And thanks for joining me, and you take care.